I'm so bad at writing songs.
I doubt you're that bad. Let me hear one of your songs.
I don't have any songs.
When most people try to write a song for the first time, they don't know where to start. So they just sit there, they do nothing, and then they go away thinking they can't do this.
I can't do this.
Instead of sitting down to write a song and expecting ideas to magically come to you out of thin air, sit down and come up with some song ideas first, so that you have something to work with when you do try to write a song. You're gonna put much less pressure on yourself when you do this. If you come up with a bad idea, it don't matter. Just come up with another one. Let's come up with some song ideas now. It's only going to take us 5 minutes. The first step to coming up with song ideas is to be receptive to ideas coming to you in your day-to-day life. There might be something that you just say every single day. Write it down. You might hear a line in a film. Write it down. Hear a line in a TV show. Write it down. You might read a line in a newspaper.
And guitar magazines.
Write it down. You might accidentally overhear someone's conversation and think something they've said might make a good line.
Like the video.
Pretend you're not listening. Write it down. When you do sit down to start generating a song idea, you will be very happy that you have a notepad full of lines to try.
Okay, so I've got my notebook and I think I'm going to try and use this line here.
So I was just watching this video by a YouTube channel called My Little Thought Tree, and there was just a throwaway thing that he said in the video, which was, still got one foot in there, still thinking about what will happen next. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to write that in my book and see if it's something that I might want to use later on. So I've got this line and I've got some chord progressions that I'm going to try out. I've also got this device here. This is a mobile phone.
A mobile phone?
With a timer on it. The timer's set to 5 minutes. I think it's better to set the timer for a short time. It's going to force you to make decisions and stop you from procrastinating. It helps to think quickly and get the inspiration flowing.
It's for the best. Time's up.
Next, I would record the idea onto my phone so I can come back to the idea later.
I've got one foot in there thinking about what will happen next. Do I still really care? Maybe it's for the best.
If you're new to playing an instrument like the piano or the guitar, it's a good idea to be receptive to chord progressions, riffs, or any other musical ideas that you can use for generating a song idea as well. If you learn a song and you like the chord progression, play around with it and change the order of the chords. If you like what you come up with, write it down. Look up cool chord progressions online. If you find one you like, write it down. Watch video tutorials. Take a cool chord change. Subscribe to the channel. Just repeat those two same chords over and over again. If it sounds good, write it.
Okay, we get the idea. You think we should write stuff down? Okay, so I've just come up with this chord progression. I really like it. I'm pretty positive I'm going to use it, so let's write it down. It's time to come up with a new song idea. Now, I had a chord progression earlier that I really liked. I was positive I was going to end up using this chord progression, but to be honest, I don't really like it anymore. But it don't matter because that's why we're receptive to ideas, so I've got a bunch of other chord progressions that I can try. So instead, I'm wanting to use more of a rock style chord progression. So I'm going to use what I talked about in my rock chord progressions video, and I just need to see if I've got a line that I can use. Me and Hal are just out having our walk. It took us ages to get here today for some reason. So when I got here, I turned to him and I said, I never thought we'd get here. It's taken us so long. I know it's not the best poetry in the world, but it's going in the book. Okay, so I've got myself my notebook, I've got myself my timer, I've got a guitar, and I've got 5 minutes. Let's do this. Go. That kind of works. Never thought I'd get here. So long. Oh. I'm getting a cold. Now where will it be? Time is up. I never thought we'd get here. We'd get here. It's taken us so long. And now the way I hope that it is worth it all. Okay, so I'm going to have a listen back to that idea in a few days and see what I think of it. At the moment, I'm thinking it's pretty good. I definitely feel like it could be developed into a song about a metaphorical journey. And just think that came about because of a conversation I had. Conversation? I mean, you were talking to the dog. I mean, you talk to the dog?
Yeah, of course I do. And you do realise that we are the same person.
You're right, Hal.
What's your favourite Einstein quote? Be receptive to ideas, make notes, set a timer, and see what you can come up with. I enjoy songwriting, it's something that I'm really interested in. I don't necessarily think that I'm very good at it, but I love doing it, and it's something that I'm constantly trying to learn more about, and I'm trying to learn new things, and I'm trying to improve all the time. I'm going to come back to these ideas in a few days and see if I like either of them enough to try and develop one of them into a full song. So click on this video right here. I came up with these ideas from my notebook, and I can easily come up with more of them. You can too. So I'll see you in the next video, guys.